Hello, coaster lovers. So if you don't already know, the Six Flags Corporation has been taking out a lot of rides as of recently, and one of the coasters that closed since Six Flags took over was Anaconda. This 1991 air looper was at Kings Dominion for 33 years, but met its not planned demise on November 3rd, 2024. So let's say during the 2025 off-season, the coaster gets bulldozed, so what do you replace it with? And that is what this video is about, so let's start this off with a Voma flyer. The main reason why I would love to see this happen is because Anaconda stood over a lake, and can you imagine low-to-the-ground maneuvers near the water? I'm thinking of something like Manta over at SeaWorld, and since B&M hasn't sold a single flyer since Flying Dinosaur over nearly a decade ago, this is the more likely scenario. And since Six Flags likes to work with Vekoma, since they recently added Snoopies at Kings Island and Flash over at Great Adventure, and as a bonus, the park has nothing like it, I think this would be a very good fit at Kings Dominion. I can see it happening. But the next model is a weird one, but I think a Gerstlauer spinner is a pretty decent fit here. There's a couple reasons why this would be a pretty cool fit here, and I know Tumbili exists, but this is a different take from Tumbili. But they could do a Mach or Mauer, but I specifically said Gerstlauer. It's because it's a different type of model than anything in the area, and since Six Flags has a decent relationship with Gerstlauer, I think it's a pretty solid fit. But to be blunt, this is the most unlikely option, but this could beef up their lineup of mile thrill coasters. And speaking of mile thrill coasters, next up would make a ton of sense here. It's a Mach water coaster. This actually makes a ton of sense here. Kings Dominion doesn't have the best water ride collection, and with the lake being unused, the first ride I think of when it comes to this part of land is a water coaster. The last time Six Flags has worked with Mach was, I think, Aquaman over Texas, but please don't quote me on that. And with these models gaining popularity in the surveys that were released a while back, they had a water coaster on there, and I don't think it's completely out of the question. This is probably the most realistic option. But as for our last model, I think a Gerstlauer family coaster will do wonders here. I love the idea of a Gerstlauer family coaster over at Kings Dominion. There is nothing like it in the area, but Fire Chaser is a measly 6.5 hours away, so this is a pretty likely option. As for layout wise, I'm thinking of something like the upcoming speedboat coming to Walibi, Belgium. And if they wanted to, they could put a launch with an airtime hill in the middle. And since these coasters get a great reputation, this is one of the models that I can see getting built here. But I can't really narrow it down to just one. But if I had to, the most likely option is probably the water coaster. That just makes a ton of sense here. But I want to hear from you guys. What do you want to replace Anaconda? And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like. Our goal for 2025 is to hit 700 subscribers by next year. So if you want to help us out, you can subscribe to the channel. And if you're a YouTuber and want to collab with me, make sure to check out my Gmail in the description. There will be a brand new video coming soon in the next 5 days. So make sure to keep that adrenaline pumping, and thanks for watching.